Hi guys, today is the third chapter where I'm going to discuss about the Python data type. So already I have discussed the Python variable which basically holds the value. But today I just want to show you um, what type of data a variable holds. Uh, you know in Python we have different data types. Basically we have total five uh, data types in pythons, which is pretty much less as compared to other programming language in like c++ java. So it's very easy to use as the number is very less in python. So we have some standard data types. The first one is the number. Okay, so already I told that while declaring the variable, you don't need to define the data types in Python, because the Python is a dynamic type language, so it interpreter can understand what kind of data it is while assigning to a variable. So first of all, I'm going to declare one variable which is called my int, where I'm going to assign 100. Okay, so once I assign this one, so the interpreter understands, okay, 100 is the value, and it is integer type, number types, and where this value is assigned to my int variable. So if I try type this one and want to see the my int, and it will print 100. Okay, now how uh, are you confirmed about the data types, that this is my integer data type? So in order to check that, once Python has one method is called type. So you can use type method to see uh, the data types we have uh, in my int variable. So in order to see, I will use type method. Inside that, I will use my int variable, and then I'm going to run, which will basically tell me about my data type. So in the output, you see that int is there. That means it's an integer type. Okay. So this is number data type. So already discussed. So if I want to add two integer, so say a equal to 100 and b equal to 200, and now sorry, b equal to 200, and I'm going to use variable c, where I'm going to calculate a plus b and print c. And if I want to see the final result type, which is stored in variable c, then again I will use type and then c. Okay, so Python will understand that, okay, we have two variables a and b, where 100 and 200 are assigned, and now the method sorry the equation is c equal to a plus b. That means we are going to add two variables and store the result into variable c, and that is 300. And what is the data type for this one? It is also integer. Okay, so this is all about number. So now let's go to the next data type, which is string. uh, Here we can assign anything within a quote. Okay, so if we do that, the python will understand, okay, so this is my string variable, because all the values, uh, at the beginning and end, its quote is used. Okay, so once you use that, the python will declare it as a string variable. So now let me declare one string variable. I'm putting my name Shivamai. Okay, and now I am going to check my string and also the data type, my string my string. Let me just label it. Okay, and now let me run this one. So in the output we'll see Shivamoy and also the type. Okay, so that means the type functions defines, okay, the value Shubhamoy is assigned to my string variable as a string format. Okay, so this is string. Next is the list. We know that it's a collection of elements. Every element is separated with comma, and that is within the always present within I mean inside the brackets. So the third one is the list data types. So here I'm going to my list, and then I don't know, I love Python. Okay, so you see that every elements, I'm declaring all the string elements. It can be a combination of string and integer, or combinations of any data types. So here actually I'm using all the string value, string elements inside my list, uh, a list data type. So it's pretty much similar like arrays that we do in C, so C++ or Java. So in order to see the elements, we have to use you know the slice operators. The slice operator is, in Python, we can use like this colon, that is called slice operator. Suppose say we want the last one, uh, last value. And the one more thing that I just want to tell you, that in list 0, uh, the elements always always uh, always start from 0. Okay, so if I want to see uh, the value from 0, or we can see the second element onwards, or we can see the last element, uh, we have to use the slice operator. Let's start with the last element, how to see the last elements. Okay, so as I said, that it always starts from 0, right? So we'll start from here. 0 is high, and 1 is I, 2 is love, 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is Python. So what you have to do is, first of all, we have to specify the list variable, and then we have to always use brackets in case of list data type, if you want to retrieve any data or elements uh, from list variable. So if I want to see the last variable, we have to use like this. Okay, so if I run this one, we'll see the Python. Okay, and now we want to also test what is the data type for this. So print type my list. Okay, and now execute this one. You will see it's a list type. The class will come as list. Okay, so that means it's a list variable. Okay, okay, so now I want to see from 0 element to the next element. So I want to print hi and the next element I. So how can I do that? So in order to do that, we have to use in a similar way my list. What I said starts with find the positions. So as I said, it always starts from 0. So I want to print these two value hi and I. So in order to do that, we have to use 0, and the next one is how many elements you want to see. So I want only the two elements, so just I will put 2. So 0 colon 2 means it will print from high and I. Okay, it will start from high because already I specified 0, so it will always start from high. And how many elements we want to see? Only two elements, right? So then high is the one, I is the one. So if I print this, you will see high and I within a list. Okay, similarly I want to print uh, three three elements. Okay, so now it's going to execute. Yeah, so you will see hi I love. Okay, now suppose i I don't want to use a slice operator, I just want to print the entire elements we have in my list variables. It's pretty easy, just type print nt print and then type my list, and it will print the entire list. Okay, this is the entire list. And now I want to you know add this the same variables, like say my list. I want to add with another list, say okay, what you love. So print and then my list plus my list 1. Okay, so we'll see hi I love Python, what you love, all all the elements within a single code, within a brackets. So you see it is going to print all the elements within brackets. Okay, this is how we can you know we can do uh, you know the declaration for the list. And if we want to retrieve any value, we always use slice operator. Or if you want to print the entire string, so we just put the variable names, and that will print the entire elements already stored in a list variable. So this is all about list. I will talk about each elements, each data types. I mean, mostly the list one, the tuple, and the dictionary. So we'll have a separate sessions for the separate tutorial for that. So we will play, with data while declaring list and tuple and dictionary. Okay, so that you people have some clear idea how we can use list, tuple, and dictionary. Okay, so this is all about list, and the next one I'm going to use the tuple variable. Okay, the tuple variable is pretty much similar like in the list, but you know the only difference is that it can have uh, you know combinations of elements. I mean, my list also, I mean, in list also we have a combination of list of elements. But only thing is that you can modify the value for list, but in tuple, once the data is defined, you cannot modify. Okay, so that's the only difference that we have. Uh, for tuple. So its tuple is always the read-only data structures, uh, and we, as I said, that we cannot modify the size and the value of the items. Okay, so now let's declare the tuple variable. So the syntax is like say tuple variable. Okay, it always starts with bracket, and within this brackets, within this parenthesis, we have to declare the value, like say I love Python, and another data types I put like 100. Okay, so if you want to print this, here I into print, and then if I want to print the entire elements inside uh, the parenthesis for tuple variable, you just use tuple variable, and it is going to print all those values. Okay, and rest of the part is almost same. I mean, if we want to retrieve the value from tuple elements, we always have to use the colon, the slice operators, what we call. And if we don't want this the slice operator, you just want to print the entire elements for tuple, then just print the tuple variable name inside the print functions. Okay, so let's check for one, and I just want to put print. My computer a little bit slow, and that's why it's taking much time to type this. And it is always starts with uh, dot brackets similar to list. Okay. So it is going to, and it is I mean, for tuple also, it always starts with 0 elements. Okay, so now the first positions I'm giving as 1, that means it will start from the second elements. Okay, so because I is 0 positions and 1 is the love positions. So while executing this one, why this is okay, let's have a look at the output. Okay, so you will see it starts from love python 100. Okay, and what I say is, uh, the difference already I told that you cannot reassign value to tuple variables. So suppose say in tuple variable, tuple, sorry, it's tuple. Some people call it tuple. So sometimes I call tuple or tuple. uh, Okay, so now I'm going to assign some value, and two elements 2. I'm going to print 0 1 to python is there. I'm going to try to replace the value python with uh, java. Okay, now when we are going to print tuple where, you will have error message. Let's see the output. Yeah, let me go to the bottom of the result. Yeah, so you just see that the process finished with exit code 1, that means the error message we have. So that is why it's not going to be possible to assign any value to tuple variable. Okay, so if we have error code, I mean the exit code 0, that means the entire process successfully executed. But at the bottom we see the process finished with exit code 1, so that means we have error message here. Okay, so that is the only difference. If you define or declare any elements inside tuple variable, and later on you want to replace the value, uh, then it is not possible for tuple. So only if you want to do it, then you have to declare uh, a list. Okay, so this is all about the tuple, and the last one is the dictionary. Sorry, process is a little bit slow. uh, okay, now do the last one is dictionary is the key value pair. Okay, so we can have key, uh, and it will have its corresponding the value. So it's a order set of key value pair of items, and uh, it can hold any primitive data type, whereas value is an arbitrary Python object. Okay, so now let's see how we can declare a dictionary. And this data type is pretty much important in Python because it is extensively used. If you do you know uh, a lot of programming in Python, so this is one of the data types which can extensively be used in many use cases. Okay, so let me just declare variable dictionary variable, and it is always starts with second bracket and closed with second bracket. Inside that, we will define the value, like say I have key and my value is say Python, and for the next empty pair is always separated with comma, and then I can put Java. Okay, and now I'll put 3 for C++, and I will put 4 for C. Okay, okay. You really want to check the data type for tuple variable, you always have to use type. That will make sure, okay, this is tuple variable. Okay, very well. Okay. Similarly, we can put here print, and now I'm going to run this one. Yeah, also you see the error we have for tuple because we cannot do any reassignment for tuple variable. So just let me just comment it out, this one commented. Let me comment this statement, one second. uh, okay, and now execute this one. So let's see the output. Okay, so the last element you see is a dictionary elements. Now the next part is how do I retrieve the pair, I mean like say uh, the value we have now already, you know, the data is an order set of elements and where we have key and its corresponding value. So if I want to see the value of, uh, from a dictionary variable, so we have to write like this: print dict var 1. So that means I am looking for uh, the values where the item number is 1. Okay, so if I run this one, it will show Python. Okay, it will show Python. And if you check this, the output, yeah, you will see. Okay, this is how we can retrieve the value from the dictionary. And now see, I just want to print only my keys. So what are my keys in the dictionary? That is 1 2 3 4. So in order to do that, I just have to type my dictionary variable and then keys. Okay, and then in the keys methods. Okay, and then if I want to print my uh, the only the values, I don't want to print the keys. So if I want to print only the values uh, for all the values we have in dictionary variables, so what we have to do is the dict var and then we have value methods. Okay, so the values, the method, and if I run this one, it will print all my keys and all my values in the dictionary. Okay, sorry, there is a typo. Okay, let me run one more time. Okay, so then you'll see 1 2 3 4 is my are my keys and the value is Python, Java, C++, C. Okay, so that's it for today's class. So already I discussed all these data types used in Python, and also I have shown all the examples. So if you really want to understand, just do some hands-on and do some experiment on your own, and just to see that everything is working fine while declaring number, string, list, and tuple and dictionary. Okay, so catch you in the next class. uh, Thanks, bye.